Hey guys, today is March 28th, 2025. So I want to talk about the recent 7.7 earthquake that struck today in Myanmar and how this is a ritual related to 9/11 and Skull and Bones, right? So back on June 3rd, 2022, this girl protested and went on the tennis court and glued herself to the net here, and she had a shirt on that said, "We have 1,028 days left." She was protesting climate change. Well, 1,028 days after was yesterday, March 27th, and now the day after we had this massive 7.7 earthquake on the anniversary that the first United Nations Climate Change Conference happened in Berlin, Germany, March 28th, 1995. So, the day that she protested, it was lunation 1,230. Well, look at the number properties of 1,230. It's the 1,028th composite number, the number that's on her shirt, related to the lunation and the date that she protested. So, today we had this building collapse in Bangkok. And look at the way it collapses. It looks like a free fall, a demolition. That's what I thought when I first saw that. Right here, another video. The building free falls just like it did in 9/11. It just totally collapses. And this area was about 640 miles away from the epicenter. There was a lot of shaking in Bangkok, but no other buildings that I'm aware of really collapsed. And this was a skyscraper just falling to the ground like 9/11, right? And that girl that protested, she had that 1,028 days remaining, and the Twin Towers, the North Tower, World Trade Center number 1 collapsed at 10:28 a.m. And this building collapses in Bangkok 1,028 days, the day after that, right? So, also, World Trade Center number 1, its construction began August 6, 86. And this was 8,600 days after 9/11 occurred. So we have the 86 connection and the 1,028 connection to the building collapse and this building collapse in Bangkok. Now look, when Bangkok was founded, April 21st, the 111th day, well, 9/11 happened and that left 111 days remaining in the air. But look at 9 days after and 11 days after 9/11. From Bangkok's founding date, it's 911 Mercury years and 911 Mercury years in one day. 9/11/01. 9 days after and 11 days after. So the earthquake epicenter in Myanmar, now look at the day that Myanmar was founded. Again, just like 9/11, it's a skull and bones ritual. This is as well. I'll show you some other reasons why, but we have 223 Mercury years, 9 days after 9/11, 223 Mercury years, 2 days, 11 days after 9/11. Remember I said the skull and bones number is not only 322 or 223, it's 322 any order with multiple twos, 1, 3, multiple twos, because that's what I've been seeing over the years that I've been looking at this. So, and look where the epicenter was, the Sagang region of Myanmar. Well, that equals 9/11 in satanic gematria. So another method that I like to use is reversing the dates. Now, if you take the date that she protested to 9/11 and you reverse the dates, it's 7,770 days. Why that is interesting, because we had a 7.7 mag and it happened the 770th minute of the day. Again, relating to the events of 9/11, Flight 77 hit the Pentagon 77 minutes after takeoff. Pentagon is 77 feet high, and Department of Defense is, relates to the Pentagon, founded 77 years, 191 days. So we got the 7/7 and the 9/11 code from the Department of Defense being founded. Skull and Bones. This is Skull and Bones ritual equals 76. The numerology of this date adds to 76. What happened on 7/6 in 2022? Well, it was George Bush's 76th birthday, and the Georgia Guidestones were destroyed. Well, from that date to March 28th, this earthquake was 32 months, 22 days. The Skull and Bones 322 connection. And not only that, the number 2203 is the 328th prime. So the date in itself connects to 322, right? So I made a couple videos before about this Dark Knight Rises scene, the football scene, connecting it to plane crashes. And I said 86 days after Heinz Field opened, that's where they played, that's where they had the scene, Heinz Field. There was a plane crash in New York City, killing 265 people. And 86 years, 86 days after Teresa Heinz was born, there was a plane crash in South Korea, the day that Carter died, December 29th. And Teresa Heinz is married to John Kerry, Skull and Bonesman, and they show the number 322 in the scene, which explodes, right? And we have this 322 connection to the day that Heinz Field opened to today. And this scene does look like an earthquake scene, right? Or a bomb scene, whatever. But the ground explodes and they show the number 322. And it's 8,600 days after 9/11. So are we going to see another Skull and Bones ritual tomorrow or March 30th? Because that's 76 months after George Bush died, George H.W. Bush. He also died on Kislev 22. Well, that's 322 on the Hebrew calendar. Kislev is the third month. What else is March 30th or March 29th with the end date included? Well, Antonio Guterres, the head of the United Nations, remember I said this earthquake was on the anniversary that the United Nations had its first climate change conference. And now, tomorrow, March 30th, will be 911 months after the head of the United Nations was born. Not only that, we go back to the Batman theme, the 86 again. It's 86 years after the Batman comic released. So, as I said, we had the Skull and Bones connection to the earthquake today, Heinz Field opening, the Bangkok skyscraper collapsing today, Bangkok being founded on 4/21. But if we forward to 4/21, this year, look it's got the same number connection like Heinz Field did to this earthquake as 9/11 does to 4/21 this year. Look what else it is. It's 9,111 weeks after the founding of California. It's 9 years, 11 months after the movie San Andreas premiered in the UK. So, is this telling us we're going to get another earthquake? Is this going to be a San Andreas earthquake on 4/21? And we also have another 322 Skull and Bones connection to when that protester protested climate change. And also, 4/21 this year is the eve of the 55th anniversary since the first Earth Day began. 4/22/1970. And what does earthquake equal? It equals 55. So anyways, that's all I have for this decode, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.